Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I don't know if Kelsey's done yet. He was still going strong there towards the end, but the clock waits for no man here. Good to see you. Good to see you while we wait for people to find their way over. It's Monday. It's Monday. One of my favorite days of the week, believe it or not, because I get to come back, be with my friends, So, I'm watching the viewer count. There we go, 47. Okay. How is everybody this morning? Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch, and let's get to it. Drink it if you got it. And I have my little magical bastard with me this morning. Big cup. High test. That's good. That's good. Well, here comes everybody. And Barry Simons, I see you sticking out there in blue. Hi, Barry. Good morning. Okay, let me get up to the top of the chat here. Get rid of the band. Take a break, guys. Okay, there they go. They'll come back later to play a little happy music. Wow. Got up at like 4:30 this morning. Got a lot to do today. Got a busy day. You know, I'm trying to get that video done about that new salamander, broiler, cooker, 1500 degree deal for steaks. The one that Mike Seeley last Thursday helped me unbox, and turned out the table that I had got for that was a little too flimsy. So I had to order another table from Amazon. Heavier duty, one of these carts, stainless steel top, wheels, and all that. Unfortunately, it needs some assembly. It came yesterday. Big box, weighed about 35, 40 pounds. Wrestled it out there on the back patio, on the carport rather, and today I've got to try to put that thing together. The last thing in the world I want is the table to collapse underneath this grill. I will use that table I bought kind of as a side table, but I need something more substantial, and I got a cover with it too. So, like a barbecue grill, it'll sit outside, cover it up on this table, and I can roll it far enough away from the house. They say you should have it 3 feet from anything. So how about get that done today and finally get around to cooking a steak in this thing? I haven't done it yet. So that's coming. Barry Simon has been a busy boy. Barry's been a busy boy, and he has created, for some reason, some graphics for anybody, I guess, that's having a meetup. Anybody that wants to have a meetup to use, and I've got them. So let me show them to you. And if you're interested in these different graphics, there's 4 of them, 4 different versions. This one says Carnivore Cookout. This one says Meet, Greet, and Eat at a Carnivore Hang Up. And then a couple of different styles. A hangout, rather, and a cookout. So I got all these 4. And if anybody is planning a meetup and would like to use these things to help promote their event, just email me and I'll send you them. I'll forward that email from Barry to you. So thank you, Barry. That was very nice. And I like them. Also, Barry has sent me a slew of memes about carnivore dating. Carnivore dating. I don't know if I want to go there or not. or get involved in trying to administer a carnivore dating site. I understand. I heard somebody was doing it. Is it Bella, Steak and Butter Gal, that's trying to organize some kind of a carnivore dating site? I don't know. I think that might not be a bad idea. The only problem is that it would all be long distance. The likelihood of you finding somebody on a carnivore dating site who is within a convenient distance to actually have a chance to establish a relationship would be very, very slim. Doesn't mean it wouldn't work, but I don't think I want to get. I don't think I want to be involved in trying to promote something like that. I think that we already have that. We already have that in the chat, in the fact that we all come here in the morning. But trying to date somebody hundreds and hundreds or thousands of miles or halfway around the world, it's going to be mostly a virtual relationship. A lot of video chats that might work. Okay, I'm really doing. Excuse me a second. Go sit outside in the morning and get a little plugged up. Oh, right. Yeah, I see YouTube. It did it again. I created this live stream yesterday afternoon, and any chats that were in there early are gone. First one I have here came in at just before 4 in the morning, and it was from Lady June. So how you doing, Lady June? Brian Dish is here. Good to see you, Brian. And Jerry Voitis, good morning from Ponte Vedra Beach. WEFM. WEFM in Melbourne. Got a couple of new jingles from Barry. Let's see. Is this one of them?
OG in the morning, radio WEFM.
That's one, and here's the other one.
WEFM in the morning.
You like that? Cool. Barry has a hobby. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. And we have you, Myri, here. How you doing? Hi there. Love seeing the guys clowning around on kilts yesterday. Yeah, we had a good time. And that's what it's for. We got criticized by a particular viewer who I thought was a troll. Never ceases to amaze me. What drives somebody, and I say this a lot, and I commented on it yesterday too. What drives somebody to come in to your, whatever the deal is, your show, your meeting, where everybody's just having a good time, and tell you that he's not happy with it and you're doing it wrong? And I didn't come here to see a bunch of good old boys having fun. I came here to learn about carnivore. Well, if you go into anybody's live stream and you don't like what you see, just go away. What drives a person? I never understand this, which is why I react to it. And certainly never start a debate with that individual trying to defend and justify what I'm doing on my show. Kiltsy's a much nicer guy than I am. He started to explain to this troll why we enjoy what we're doing. And I had to come in and say, go away. So that's one of the main differences between he tries to be, he wants to be nice to everybody. I want to be mean to people that are mean and disrespectful. It's a difference. Maybe that's why he has more friends than I do. Oh, that was funny, though. That was funny. Thank you, Myra. And Mike Seeley, how you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Richard Williams is here from Copper Hill. Good to see you this morning. Richard, rough carnivore from Guam. He says, how are you doing this morning? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Looking forward to going out there and putting together that barbecue thing. Probably got a whole package of screws, instructions that only a 3-year-old can follow, but I'll give it my best shot. And hope that it doesn't tire me out too much. Hiya, Tammy. Good morning. Mitch and Yow. Mitch Fitz. Yellow Rose is here. Hiya, Yellow Rose. How are you? And of course, as if there was a doubt, Robbie Autry, first one in this morning. Drink your bean juice if you got it. Anthony is here at 7. Brenda McIntyre. Hiya, Brenda. From Illinois, don't let your meat loaf. Loretta Nadow. Hi, Loretta. How are you? Good to see you. Good morning, darlings. Have a fabulous day. Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. Good morning, Mitch. EFM from Merle, Wisconsin. And Miami heard from. Hi, Rick. How you doing? Good to see you. Crabtown Guy. Maryland. Yes. Oh, I've had many spicy hard-shell crab experience in that neck of the woods when I lived in Northern Virginia. Oh, my God, I never forget. Those things are so spicy. You sit there eating crabs, your nose is running, your eyes are watering, and you can't drink enough to quench it, but yet it's so good, so good. So, wow, I love that stuff. Love that stuff. And how you doing, Crabtown Guy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Karen Field, how you doing, Karen? Good to see you from England. Look at all the people that are here. Chris Wayne from Australia, all over the world. Good to see you. And Susie Marsh is here. Susie Marsh is here. Susie, let's wake everybody up.
Let the morning sun shine in. Yeah! Get your good day started right. WEFM in the morning.
It's called the chair twist.
Radio WEFM in the morning. WEFM in the morning.
Yeah, there we go. That got the blood flowing. And speaking of the blood flowing, Gary. Is Gary here? No slow. Anybody seen Gary yet? I don't know. But Gary sent me yet another shirt. And this one is reminiscent of a Budweiser. It says King of Diets on it. Yes. And I asked Gary. I asked Gary to send me the link. He got his little T-shirt store together. I'm not in business with Gary, but he sends me all these T-shirts, and I figure it would be nice to let you all know and take a look at his store. So let me take and copy the link here. This is the link. And Gary is doing this more as a hobby. He's not making any money on it. But if anybody wants any of these shirts, here is the link. I'll put it in there to Gary's store, and I'll show you what it looks like. No Slow is the name of the store, and I just put the link in the chat. And these are some of the shirts that he has, and they're all takeoffs on companies' logos and advertising, and they're clever as hell. Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Nike, They're great. They're just great. And he's gone crazy. He's gone crazy with these things. So, at any rate, carnivore logo fakes, he calls it. And his description says carnivore since 2024 lost over 100 pounds because of it. So, give Gary's website a look. I'm busy looking at it here. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So, look, Gary, know that I plugged it away, and I expect my new Mercedes anytime now. Yeah, I wish. So thank you, Gary. Thank you. We have Bride's Biscuit here. How you doing? Good morning. Hi, Mitch and fam and Barry himself. Good morning, Mitch and all EFM. EFM. Brian Air. Brian is joined the members community, so we'll hope to see you there Thursday night. Larry Ryan, it was good to see you yesterday on Kelsey's stream. How you doing, Larry? Good to see you. Stevie Wood is here. Good morning, Mitch. Kevin is here. Hiya, Kevin. Heidi ho. Chuck from Clearwater Supertune. How you doing? Good to see you this morning. Danny is here. I'm up to 701 already. We are all magical bastards. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's a cue. And everybody's deep in conversation already. You guys are prolific. Mitch, Amanda says, Mitch, I completely agree now that I've got all you guys. I'm not a fan of the weekends. I look forward to Monday morning to hang out with all of you, check in and uplift each other. Yes, that's the mission here. That's the purpose. That Sunday thing with Kiltsy is fun. And it's fun, and it's a diversion, and how much can you talk about eating meat and fat? That's about it. The more you talk about it, the more we overcomplicate it. The more we create doubts in everybody's mind. Should I add sugar in? No, you don't have to. You can't be, I don't think you could be carnivore too long, regardless of what everybody says. And it's a double-edged sword having so many people making YouTube videos about carnivore. Always trying to figure out something to talk about, to take something that is a no-brainer. It must be a no-brainer. Every animal on the planet eats pretty well successfully without thinking about it, except humans. But the alternative is having nobody talk about it. So it's a conundrum. What do? Try to have some fun with it, but keep it simple. Keep it simple. Is Peter here? Yes. Hi, Peter. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you this morning. And Wayne Herman, good morning, Mitch, and all the friends from Lake Gaston, North Carolina, WEFM in the morning. Yeah, and I'll keep using that shtick until everybody gets tired of it. I hope not. I hope not. And Peter has eat effing meat. Yes. Hi, Liz. Liz is here. Good morning. She says, hey, everyone. Uncle Charlie is here. How you doing? Buckeye Court did a video about you and Pretzel Pete. Who is Buckeye Court? I don't know him, but it's all right. I like being the subject of videos. I mean, how much can they insult me that I haven't been already insulted before? And if they say something nice, that's just a plus. I can dish it out, but I can also take it. So I think that's one of the prerequisites of being allowed to bust on your friends is you got to allow them to bust on you too. Everybody's talking about dating. Yeah, that's why I want to keep, judging by these comments about dating, that's why I want to keep dating off of this and out of this conversation here. I don't want this to turn into a dating site. I don't know what it's called, my friend. I don't know what the dating site's called. I'm not interested in it. Don't care about it. In fact, between you and me, I don't care about what. I think she's a great girl and everything, but I'm not a big fan of that channel. I don't eat butter. I've met them. They're wonderful people, but they do their thing and I do mine, and I do mine. So how did that pop up? Max, good morning, Max. How are you? Good to see you from Canada. And Jester's mom, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Oh, God. You know, it's reading every word of these things is a blessing and a curse, believe me. Peter said, was that his name, Chris? Mitch put this guy Chris in his place, though, of course, that's why we love her. Well, you know, I just don't understand it, Peter. That's just somebody that's mean, that has to find fault with there's people like that. They can't just avoid something. They have to come in and throw their lousy 2 cents into it and try to and show their disapproval. You're not right. You're not doing it to their taste. And not on one, you didn't invite them. Number 2, they found you on their own. Number 3, they get their feelings hurt about having their time wasted, and they expect you to change your life because of them. It's those kind of people that make this world the corrupt, miserable, scamming, phishing, hoaxing place that it is. And I won't have them. I can't stand it. It makes me want to drop out of the human race completely because there's too many people out there like that. My favorite saying is, if you don't love it, just leave it. That's true about all the people who complain about America, complain about this country, complain about everything, complain. Well, just leave it. Leave it if you don't love it. And certainly don't go places where you're not wanted. I'm not much of a fan of protests either. It's the protests and the protesters that are usually the culprits. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. It's Monday. I want to be happy this morning. I want to be happy. There's where we were dancing. I'm up to 7:15. Wow, good. Uncle Charlie, that guy Kurt made a video about you and Pretzel Pete. He says he hates you guys. Okay. Well, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about him either. Honest to God, I'm not crazy about him either. So I just don't make videos about him. That's all. He's one of those guys, I'm telling you, that has to insert himself and be unhappy with everybody. I refunded his coffee money. I actually unblocked him to give him the benefit of the doubt, and yet he still turns around and trashes me. Well, thank you, Kurt. You just keep reinforcing the fact that I feel my opinion of you is correct. And that's all the time I'm going to waste on that today. Oh, Peter, what you did, nah, not even going to talk about it anymore. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Stop talking about Kurt. I don't want to know about him. I could care less. Charlie, please, Charlie, we don't give a fuck, okay? Stop stoking the chat. We don't care. I don't care, okay? See, that's what happens. You all fall for it, and you all encourage it, and you all keep bringing it up, and you ruin my live stream. You absolutely ruin my morning and my attitude. And you that's why there are days when I look at this chat and I say, why do I bother? I actually got to the bottom of the chat and it's only 7:30. Is that the best we can do here? Is that the best we can do? Really? Really? Well, I'm at the bottom of the chat. And I got to say, very disappointed with the way the conversation went this morning. I don't know what to say. Paul Chambly, Mitch, sorry for changing the subject. Yes, I'd love to answer your question. And thank you for changing the subject, Paul, because the direction that we're going in here this morning is aggravating, boring, of no interest, and certainly of no help to us. Complaining or even talking about somebody who at best uncouth and evil at the worst. So there you go. Yeah, you go. Barry says, how about them Knicks? Yeah. All right, let's get to the question. What do you think about putting powdered organic goat milk in my coffee? I don't care. It can't hurt, I imagine. It depends on what's in it. I never heard of powdered organic goat milk, but if you look at the ingredients and it's not full of all kinds of chemicals, which I fear it would be, that I don't think it would hurt you. I don't think it would hurt you. Just make sure that they're, the servings have 0 carbs. They may be sugary, maybe loaded with sugar. Who knows? I don't know enough about it to recommend it. If you want to put dairy in your coffee, I recommend heavy cream. It's got the highest fat to sugar ratio of any dairy product, except maybe butter or ghee. But you want to put the fat in your coffee, not the sugar. And milk is loaded with sugar. And skim milk is even worse because they take the fat out of it, because we all know that's healthy. But I would say look at the label, see what the ingredients are. Hope that answers that. Robbie Autry. Yeah. Forget about it. Yeah. I like that. That's why I like to watch gangster movies. Forget about it. Brenda McIntyre. Why powdered? Yeah, well, a lot of people like powdered stuff in their coffee. It doesn't need refrigeration. It doesn't go bad. maybe they don't use enough of it. And back to really important subject. Barry changes the subject. How about them Knicks? Yes. Thank you, Barry. We need to change the subject. My phone went ding. Let's see who that is. Probably Sam's Club yes, Sam's Club every day telling me the things I can't live without. 2 steps to more abundant hair, it says. Some kind of sports drink, suitcases, sound bars, barbecue grills. Oh, that's not bad. Inkjet printers. Oh, here's one. Kinder's seasoning. Ooh, what's this? Kinder's. Hang on a second. I went and clicked on it, and all it did was open up some kind of advertisement. Well. Question, how much does it cost to run your new cooker? I don't know yet, but I know a 20-pound thing of propane is about $20. I imagine I could probably use it. I probably wouldn't cost me more than that for a year of cooking with this. So I can't tell you that. But it's not, the cost to run it is not going to even be a consideration. That's like barbecues. If you got a gas-fired barbecue grill, you very rarely sweat the cost of the actual propane itself. Uncle Charlie is finding fault with me now. He also said, "Oh no, you're finding fault with the guy." Okay, I'm Charlie. Stop, please stop it. Who cares? Who cares? Don't get me talking about trolls. I don't want to go there. I don't like it. And don't direct my attention to a question about trolls. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Mitch already said drop it. Why do you keep bringing it up again? Everybody's coming to my... Thank you. Thank you. Forget about it. Forget about it. Paul, Mitch has a way to scan QQQ. Yeah, Paul, put the QQQ, but I'm reading every entry now because I got to the end of the chat. Here you go. Robbie says, could you please explain how your body gets rid of oxalates? Thank you. Well, the actual mechanisms, the chemistry of it, I'm not really up on. I'm not worried about it. I know that it's part of an immune system response to foreign objects in the body, but there are many mechanisms. The idea is to get, if the oxalates are in the blood, the body tries to get them out of the blood and stores them away in all kinds of places where it'll do as little harm as possible. It stores them in the joints, especially the kidneys. It filters them out. They form kidney stones. They give you joint pain. They're little, it's almost like little glass. It's like glass. It's like a glass shard. And I don't know by what mechanism the body gets rid of it, but when it sees that the new oxalates, it doesn't have to deal with all these poisons in the blood because you're eating so much of them, it, for some reason, the chemistry decides, let's get rid of all this crap that we've been storing away. Kind of like if you got a storage shed. If people keep dumping truckloads of garbage in your backyard, you keep finding places to put it. You know, eventually you'd love to get rid of this stuff, but you can't. But if all of a sudden people start sending empty trucks to your storage shed, you might look and say, maybe this is an opportunity to load up these trucks with all this garbage that they've been sending me and get rid of it. And that's what the body does. And it does it in so many ways. And one of the ways that it's been doing it with me, and I think still is, it just sends it out anywhere it can, through the skin, through the pores, out your eyes, like sand, like the morning Sandman. But only the stuff is sharp. It's terrible. And I got sores like a rash, and little heads appeared on these little pimples, and if you scratch them, eventually they'll break open, and there's a little shard of glass in there, almost less than the size of a grain of sand. And you will get rid of this stuff. You will get rid of this stuff. So the actual chemistry of it, I don't know, but I know that it is it must be an immune system response. And the body, when it has an excess input of these things, tries to store them away. And when that stops coming, it views it as an opportunity to start dumping it. That's the best I can do. I know that, say, Sally Norton would be somebody whose videos to start watching if you're interested in everything and anything that has to do with oxalate. Question, Yellow Rose. OldGuyCarnivore, do you have just one cup of coffee in the morning? Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. But it depends. Usually I have a 2 or 3. Sometimes I might throw a decaf in there. I've gotten to the point where I make about a half a pot of coffee, which is about 3 cups. On an average day, I'll just drink that, and I'll finish drinking it by noon. This is my second cup today. I had my first cup as I watched Kelsey out there on my porch this morning before my live stream. Peter is doing what Peter does. Thank you, Peter, for answering some questions. We have old Rhodey here. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Talking sports. Peter and old Rhodey are heavily into it. Well, thanks, Kevin. I don't know if that meant anything. I'm not an expert in it, but I am experiencing it. And I'm wondering if maybe, Kelsey talked about having this back pain for a couple of days. I wonder if maybe he didn't pass the kidney stone. It's entirely possible. That's what happens when we've all got, just from life, we've all accumulated these oxalates, and they form kidney stones. I had 8 of them. The biggest one was almost a half an inch. When I went on carnivore, they started getting smaller, and I ended up passing them, most of them. I think they're all gone now because I don't have any more pain or any more problems. But years, it could take the body years, 10 years, to get rid of all that crap that has been stored from eating all that healthy food, all those green smoothies, all that AG1, powder poison. Incredible what they do to us and call it healthy and charge us $100 a month for the privilege of suffering through passing one kidney stone after another. Well, now we're talking sports. Much better topic, even though I'm not interested. Much better topic in talking about trolls. And Peter, if they're making fun of us, be flattered, my friend. You could be flattered. Jerry, Mitch, have you ever made egg pudding? No. Nico Bart said, no, I never have, and I don't think I will. It doesn't sound very appetizing to me, but I'm sure a lot of people like that. I'm not a custard or pudding fan at all. And And here's Christy. Good morning, Christy. Happy Monday to you. You came here for the happy time. Good for you. Good for you. Question. You got any new memes today? Mitch, says Rough Carnivore. I'm back at the bottom of the chat. Let's see what I got here. Let's try to lighten it up a little bit. And what do I got that's new? I got the dating ones, but I haven't stored them away. I like this one. I like this one.
Screw this hay. It's Wednesday and this carnivore is done with it. A juicy steak. Now this is the hump day upgrade I deserve. Who knew? This camel's a total carnivore now.
That's a hump day deal. I like that one. This one I like.
What's for dinner?
Same as every day.
Again?
And then, of course, this one.
EFM. You know what that stands for? Eat f***ing meat. That's right, eat f***ing meat. No more of that weak vegan crap. EFM is the way. Eat f***ing meat and get strong.
That's my favorite. I like this one.
I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth. Oh, my heart, this is the big one. I'm coming, honey. Wait for me. This is it, Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. I got so many of them. So many of them. This one is
Welcome to
classic.
IguanaCon, everyone. I'm your host, Rick. We're
Sorry,
celebrating
Rick,
the
we're
amazing
making fun of
culture
you
of
a little
iguanas.
bit
Check out our
today.
booths on morphs, colors, and unique features. Let's make this the best IguanaCon ever. These unique features make iguanas some of the most fascinating reptiles on the planet. Come on, let's explore more of the hall together and celebrate everything iguana. And we all know that iguanas are a delicacy.
Rick is the gift that keeps on giving.
Hi, can I get a lizard blizzard extra green?
Coming right up. That'll be one lizard blizzard extra green. Here you go.
Awesome, thanks. Perfect.
And
Good morning, Mitch. Ready for another magical day?
Only if you're making it magical, you bastard.
this is all
Well,
about
what are you
Simon.
staring at? Need a refill, you magical bastard? All right. One more cup. Don't get your horn in a twist.
And this one's great.
Your numbers look great. What? How is that possible? Her diet is working wonders.
Told you I'm fabulous.
That's not healthy. I'm carnivore. Numbers don't lie.
Okay, enough of that. There we go. There's some memes for you. Thanks to Barry Simon. Thank you so much, Barry. I hope you guys don't get tired of those things. I know I don't. I don't get tired of it at all. And CB's here. Hiya, CB. How are you? Saw your name mentioned. Peter's talking about cooking. Bacon me crazy. I like that. What a great name. Good morning. I like that. Very, very creative name. Christy likes the memes. Okay. And I'm not used to this. I'm not used to not being behind. I'm not used to this. We'll probably finish on time tonight. And I'm sorry that this had to take the turn that it did. But I decided that, there was a time when I would have just said, okay, at the end of the chat, you guys, see you tomorrow. But no. Cooler heads prevailed. There's no... I don't deny that I'm an emotional human being. I don't want to be different. I don't want to be a hard ass. But I won't put up with some things that are what they call pet peeves. I do let it get to me at times. But again, I don't want to be that person that is almost a sociopath. So this is it. This is who I am. I don't hide who I am on here, and I hope none of you do either. Be yourselves. I'm not an entertainer. I don't have one face for this and another face for the rest of the world. Just ask anybody that knows me. For me, with me, if nothing else, you know that what you get out of me is what I'm really thinking. Not trying to figure out how to massage it or con anybody. And those people who get a rise out of getting under your skin take advantage of me. They have all my life. And that's why I have this attitude that I will not engage with them at all, period. I don't want to even talk to them. Just go away. Because it's not fair that any of us should have to defend who we are to anybody that disapproves. That's not right. And none of us are going into their house and expressing our disapproval of them. We just stay away. I think we'd be better off as a human race if sometimes we just minded our own business. They have, name a busybody. I don't like busybodies. Never have. So that's what I'm going to be. And there are times when I just get tired of it. I have no tolerance for it. I just walk away, take my football and go home. And when people are ready to behave, I'll come back. So please don't stoke these things. Don't feed on them in the chat. Do me a favor. You're dealing with a human being here, not a machine. Thank you. Enough said. Again. Because once the thing goes in that direction, it's very hard to come back. There are days when I'm just happier than the proverbial pig in shit. And other days when you can tell that I'm annoyed and have almost had enough of this stuff. And it is steered by your comments and your conversations. I wish I was more of a hard ass. We're talking about, that's Christy Iguanacon. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that. Robbie says red button. I showed you the red button, the actual video version of the red button. Yeah, it's true, Peter. Rick's a good sport. No, Rick is a good sport. He laughs right along with us because he knows it's funny. It's funny, and I think he's proud to be able to have made such an impact on the conversation. So, and if I thought they bothered Rick, I wouldn't do it. I don't make fun of anybody unless I love them. And it's done always in good spirits. And people are free to make fun of me any which way that they want to, as long as we're friends. But if I don't like you and you make fun of me, that's not appropriate, because I'm not making fun of you. I'm not putting videos out making fun of you. I don't care about you, whoever you are. Question, Mitch. You may have lost some folks with the Kurt name because I think you need to do what you feel is right. Well, okay, Peter. Okay. There's 109 people here, about the same size. Some people come for the drama. They like to hear me come down on somebody. They like the rants. I found that out a long time ago. I get more views on the rants than I do with just trying to be a nice guy. Lady June, Rick, is your birthday soon? Do you want to buy Rick a present? And Peter's going to be 64 in another week. 64, Peter, 1 year before the big over the hill. 65. Everybody knows Especially young people, Peter, once you turn 65, you are of no use to anybody for anything anymore. You have gotten stupid, and we need to treat you like a child, especially in the doctor's office. And Barry says, when is the next Mitch Fest? We need to have a meetup down here in Melbourne again. I think we need to start talking about that. You're right, Barry. Don't let me forget it, please. Thank you so much. Hey, Paul says, question, Mitch. I'm 76. I started carnivore 60 days ago. Dr. Ken Berry's instructions. I got plenty of fats from my meats, eggs, butter, bacon, salmon. So I want to make sure organics. Oh, here's the organic goat's milk question again. I wouldn't use it. I would not use it if you're trying to be carnivore. Too much sugar in milk. I wouldn't use any kind of milk, especially things that aren't milk, like goat milk and soy milk and almond milk. That's not milk. Have you ever seen anybody milk an almond or a soybean? No. Stay away from milk completely. Milk is sugar. Milk is sugar. The sugar in milk are the carbs that an infant needs. I don't think adults should be eating milk at all. I think cream and butter are a way of getting animal fats. But the rest of that shit you don't need. So if you need to lighten your coffee, the best powder that I found is that MCT powder, medium chain triglyceride powder. It makes the coffee almost taste like you put creamer in it, but it's nothing but pure MCT fat. That's what I do in the morning, about every other morning now. I've cut back on it a little bit. But because I keep trying to cut back on any supplementation if I don't really think I'm seeing a marked improvement. So I try these things, and then I try them for a while, and then I try to get rid of them. The ideal lifestyle would be no supplementation of any kind needed. And that is kind of my goal. But there are certain things we need as we get older. And I still take the creatine maybe every other day and the MCT oil in the coffee. But I would put that, I got it on my Amazon page on my website. It's an 8-carbon chain MCT powder from Amazon. And you put a scoop of it in your coffee, and I use an immersion blender and whip it up, and it's like a foo-foo coffee drink. It's not sweet, but goes down easy and stimulates the production of ketones. So it's good for you. I know the goat's milk powder probably does not stimulate any ketone synthesis, whereas the MCT is what you hear referred to in the carnivore community as bulletproof coffee. Dave Asprey started that years ago. Butter in your coffee, MCT oil in your coffee, fat. What is the brand name of that outdoor barley? Yes, Jerry, it's a Bighorn. And the video will be out. I want to send them an advanced copy before I release it, but as soon as I get the video made, in fact, maybe tomorrow morning I'll show you some of the raw footage from us assembling it so you can see what it is. And maybe I hate to put links out there, because as soon as they see the video I'm going to produce and don't think I'm trashing them too bad, they're going to send me the discount code for it to get it cheaper. And that's the whole idea. So don't be in a hurry. I don't know. I don't want to make anybody buy it on my say-so until I'm really convinced that, as they say, it's the cat's meow. That's for you, Rick. CB, hi, CB. My Mitch, you are a beast of a machine. Thank you, CB. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Means a lot. And Paul says, my coffee I knew it, this, and hear different opinions on it. Yeah. Yeah, Paul, either way, it's not going to make a market difference if you're doing carnivore and you're doing it right, whether you put a little bit of goat's milk, organic goat's milk powder in your coffee. But I will tell you one thing. There are a few meaningless, absolutely meaningless words thrown around in the diet, health, and carnivores community. Meaningless. Absolutely meaningless, and you should just not even hear them. Just put a filter in your brain so that when these words come flying by your ear, they basically keep on going. Or whether you read these words. And meaningless, marketing, hype, and fluff. Word number 1. Organic. Organic. That's, I think, one of the all natural foods are pretty much organic. We're not eating plants, so organic usually has more so-called significance with plants. Well, what kind of chemicals, what kind of fertilizers, all that stuff. What does organic actually mean? Go to the FDA or the USDA website and try to look up the requirements necessary to use the word organic legally in your marketing materials. And you'll find out it's a scam. It's a scam. Doesn't mean they can't spray pesticides. Doesn't mean they don't use fertilizers. And is anybody really even looking at these people who have applied for and been approved to use the word organic? Years ago, I saw a very interesting expose video on what a fraud that really is. The second word has to do with eggs. Pasture raised, free range, cage free, all of that shit. How do you know? I don't know how you know. And I may be as big a sucker as everybody else because I buy these pasture-raised eggs at Sam's Club. Do I think in any kind of naivety or whatever universe chickens live in that they are really out in the pasture? They're in a big warehouse somewhere. They probably got a little door at the end of the pasture that opens up to a little bit of land that they can, if they want to. But even pasture-raised chickens have to be fed chicken feed. They have to at some point. How do we know what the hell we're doing? Unless we got a backyard with chickens or a farmer living next door. But those kind of small family operations cannot supply the billions of eggs that we eat every day. It's impossible. We have overpopulated this planet, and the demand for this food requires factory production of some form or another. It's a pipe dream to think that we can ever go back to the local rancher and supply all the needs for the 8 billion and growing number of people on this planet. Sorry. The best we can do is try to make manufactured food as healthy as we can. But this pipe dream, this carnivore pipe dream of self-sustaining, happy cows roaming immense pastures and being able to feed more than 10 families out of the billions of families, forget it. Forget it. We need too much food now. So our realistic thrust going forward is going to have to be to figure out how to make manufactured food, processed food, better and more healthy. Unfortunately, that makes it too expensive and cuts into the profits. So they're not even, I don't know how much research is even going on. But here we are, a bunch of happy farmers. We're watching Ken Berry out there and his goats, and we're having wet dreams of the whole world. Have you been stuck on the interstate lately? Do you ever notice that sheer number of human beings crowding for every resource? That's not a realistic future for us. There are answers, but there isn't money in those answers, so nobody cares. There's more money in figuring out how to further addict us to shitty and unhealthy food that's cheaper to make and has more profit. That's where the incentive is. It always has been, and it always will be. There's always a few dreamers, and that's what we are. We're just dreamers. And it's not realistic. It isn't. Sorry to have to say that. That's why we're here, 100 and something of us, and we take care of ourselves. We try to get the best we can do. Ignore the word organic. All these catchphrases are just bullshit. And if you want to find out how much bullshit, look it up. And that assumes people are actually putting them on their labels legally. Or putting all the ingredients that really are in their shit legally. And who's policing this? Are there enough food police to make sure every manufacturer follows every law and does everything right? Not even close. Not even close. Only time they actually ever look, I think, is when an outbreak of things like salmonella happen. Susie says, oh, one more thing about it. The trolls want your attention like 3-year-olds. Yeah, they throw tantrums. Idiots. They're morons. I'm still not clear. We have imbeciles, idiots, and morons. 3 accepted words. Which one is the dumbest? A moron, an imbecile, or an idiot? I have to look that up because they do have different IQ ranges. I do. Hang on a second. I mean, this is worth spending the time on. What's the difference between an idiot, a moron, and an imbecile?
Historically, idiot, imbecile, and moron were medical terms used to classify intellectual disabilities. Idiot represented the most severe impairment, followed by imbecile, and then moron. However, these terms are now...
Okay. So an idiot comes first, then an imbecile, and then a moron. No, I'm serious. You can't make this shit up. Good to know. Good to know. You never know what you're going to learn here on Morning Coffee with Mitch. So, an idiot's the worst. So, the biggest insult you can give somebody is to call them an idiot. Followed by moron. I think. Was it moron or imbecile came second? See, that's how important it is. Question from Brian area. Hi, Brian, do you ever fast? I intermittent fast. But that's all I do. I eat in less than a 6-hour window every day, and usually 4 or 5 hour window, unless I have one meal a day, and then it's a 1 hour window. I never go any day where I don't fast for at least 18 hours. 18 hours. That works great for me. Maybe twice or 3 times, because I was busy or out of town or something, I did more than a 24-hour fast. I don't enjoy fasting. Why? I enjoy eating. So I fast every day. Peter says, Mitch, did you know you have 116 people? Wow, wow, wow. Yes, that's a triple wow, Peter. That is a triple wow according to Old Guy Wow rating scale. Yeah, which is important, and I think we ought to adopt it I think we need to adopt that as a standard.
Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. Today I have a wow rating system. It's a scale from 1 to 5 wows. Spilling my coffee, that's 1 wow. Aliens landing, 5 wows. This system is a game changer.
There you go. I think everybody ought to adopt the 5 wow rating system. We've worn out the stars. Everybody's using the stars. This is a 1-star Michelin restaurant, a 5-star hotel with luxury rooms for you VIPs. This is the makings of a George Carlin routine. This is how George Carlin used to observe the world and the absurdities that we humans fall for. And I love that way of looking at things. Every time I hear the word luxury, I laugh. Everything is a luxury car, a luxury cruise, a luxury hotel. Everything. That word is so overused. You go into one of these tract houses with these cheap boxes, and they're using the word luxury. Oh, luxury apartment. And we're VIPs. We're VIPs, and we demand luxury. And damn if they don't give it to us. Most of that luxury is shit. Look around. Why do we fall for that shit? I mean, when you watch my morning show, it's a luxury show. Catering to VIPs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Robbie Autry says, wow, 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 wow. Yes, it's a dog with a speech impediment. Wow, 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 wow. Luxury apartment, says Rick, is an oxymoron. Yes. All this stuff is. Rick, you're the one that accurately describes the new apartments. You call them what, gray boxes? Yes. Absolutely true. And when we do find luxury, and I can tell you this as a builder. I was a home builder in the 80s. And we would build these. The trends in those days was to build houses with big-ass columns in front of them. You know the kind. We used to call them faux mansions. That's what they were. They were faux mansions. They were boxes with facades on them to make people think that they were living in a mansion, and they demanded these things. And the irony of it was that all of that decorative stuff on the front, the columns, all the fancy stonework, was styrofoam with stucco sprayed on top of it. It was foam. And if you go into these neighborhoods full of these one mansion after another with a machete and started hitting the columns, you'd wax. It'd be like cutting into a cantaloupe. You get wedge-shaped pieces of styrofoam. That's VIP. That's luxury. That's the appearance of luxury, but not any of the substance of it. And that didn't hold up either, that stuff. 30, 40 years later, it had to be all replaced. If a hailstorm came along, it looked like Swiss cheese. And we fall for that. We fall for it every day. And we should notice it when we listen to the advertisements from car company. When's the last time you heard a Lexus commercial without the word luxury you deserve? That's another thing that they keep telling us. Not only is their thing luxury, but they're telling us that we deserve it. Every Lexus commercial I've ever heard down here, she starts off talking about, get the luxury you deserve. And you go, yeah, I deserve luxury. I'm not going to settle for anything less. It's a Toyota, folks. It's a Toyota. Period. Lexus. I don't know. Marketing is an amazing thing. Once you learn all the tricks, You gotta laugh at it. And yet people fall for it. People fall for it. Yeah, Rick, this is true. We had a local ranch, but now it's an apartment building and a shopping center. That's true. And they keep gobbling up more and more land for monocrops. Soybeans. The human animal, pardon me, cannot live a healthy life eating soybeans. Oh, I got the hiccups. Hiccups. Well, a half an hour ago, I thought I ran out of stuff to talk to, and here it is at 11 minutes after 8, and I'm still gone. So we brought it back, guys. We came back from the brink of trollmanship here. Yes, sir. And Rick is complaining about every carnivore YouTuber that has what he calls pay to play. I say more power to them. Kathy, that's great. That's great. That's great. Oh, and Barry is chiming in here. He's got something for me. He says, feed the world, he says. Oh, Barry. Oh, that's great. That's great. Vertical farming. Oh, Barry, what an idea. Man, patent that thing. Get your lawyer on the phone. Holy cow. Is that, we could call it a farmaminium. What do you think? A farmaminium. A cow condo. Cool. I like that. I like that, Barry. That's what I like, Barry. Barry gets the ideas and puts them into action. Thank you for that, my friend. That's great. That's great. And Kathy says, Mitch, only on this channel, dictionary of low IQ. Yes, yes, inquiring minds want to know, Kathy. Yeah. And you're right, Peter, I don't have much tolerance for it. Here's another thing. Let's think about pastured eggs. You switch back to regular eggs. And there's another opening for fraud. I like these brown eggs, even though they're called pasture-raised eggs. They're good eggs. I think they're good eggs. They haven't killed me yet. They're brown eggs. That means they come from brown chickens. I don't know if that makes them any better or not, but people seem to feel that a brown egg is healthier than a white egg. I don't think there's any randomized control, placebo-based studies and trials about that, but the color of the yolk is supposed to be an indicator. You want a yolk that's a little darker yellow, maybe leaning towards the orange. So in their normal way and their pattern of science, always trying to figure out some way to fool people, they came up with some additives to put in the chicken feed that actually turns the yolks orange. So how do you know? Because they're not going to tell you that on the label, or if they are, it's the name of some chemical that you don't know. And is everybody really going to research everything? And they don't. On the egg carton, they're not required to tell you all the ingredients in whatever the animal eats. They only need to tell you it's an egg. So the ingredient list on eggs in that nutritional information is generally just egg. But the egg is what the chicken eats, because chickens, like humans, are what they eat. So how do I know that this orangish color? And it varies from one tray to another. Sometimes the yolks are a little darker, sometimes not. So is it the feed? Well, it's the feed in a pasture-raised chicken, if it's really pasture-raised. It does, because the color of the yolk is dependent on what the chicken eats. So if it's a real pasture-raised chicken, it gets a lot of grubs and worms and fat and protein out there pecking in the ground, then that might be what makes the yolk darker. But I don't know. It's the best I can get without having to raise chickens myself, which would get me thrown out of my neighborhood. So, and I don't have a farmer next door. I got another old fart living next door who doesn't raise chickens either. And I'm not going to move to a farm or the country somewhere just so I can buy eggs from the guy next door, because he's using chicken feed too. Because his chickens would starve to death if they had to rely on the worms and grubs. It's the world we live in. So don't fall for this stuff. Find, eggs that are labeled luxury eggs, VIPs only, exorbitantly priced, and fall for that if you like. Oh, wow, you guys have woken up. You've woken up again, and we're chatting away. Luxury vinyl flooring, yes. Oh, man. Luxury concrete garage floors, yes, sir. Luxury vinyl. I've heard that, too. Luxury vinyl flooring, yeah. That's funny. That's true. That's true. It's all absurd if you just listen to what they're actually saying. Watch more old George Carlin. My prescription for the human race these days is go to YouTube and type in George Carlin and watch because everything George Carlin ever said is free on YouTube right now. It says watch everything he's ever said. And adopt and learn to observe the absurdities. My favorite one with George Carlin, my favorite one is the one he does about the airplane. About the boarding the airplane. It's so funny. I've said this before. The stewardess tells him, it's time to get it. And he has that same voice. And I guess I maybe imitate his voice when I do that. It's time to get on the plane. And he says, fuck you. I'm getting in the plane. And that's George Carlin. And think about it. Do you actually get on the plane? No, you do get in the plane. But that was George Carlin. And the seven dirty words, and George Carlin's view on religion, priceless. So I got everybody fired up. Hey, Faith, Fuel, and Footsteps. Hi, Jerry. Jerry's here. Hi, Jerry. How you doing? See, I get fired up when I don't have to be aggravated. All right, we got to wrap it up here. That was Barry Super Chat. Thank you, Barry, for that. And that was cool. The Cowdominium. I like that. That's what we're going to call it, a Cowdominium. What do you think about that? A Cowdominium. Cowdominium. Yes, sir. Get a patent on that. Trademark it right now. Right now. It's got a big future. Got a big future. It'll be a better use of space than some of these apartments they build. That's for damn sure. All right. Hey, Lambs is here. Hi, Lambs. How are you? And Ellen's here. I didn't see Ellen. Where is she? And Lizzie's here. Yes, and Ellen. Wow, everybody got out of bed late this morning. Ellen and I had a very nice conversation yesterday, didn't we, Ellen? I enjoyed that. Keeping in touch. I heard about all about the adventure of Ellen trying to get to Montello for the movie screening. Now we're talking about boutique people. Yes. Yeah, this is another thing. Whenever talking about beef fat, they used to give it away. They couldn't get rid of that stuff. Nobody wanted it. The minute people came in and started saying, "Do you got any fat?" it started to have value. So now they sell it. Same thing with bones. They couldn't get rid of that stuff fast enough. They couldn't get rid of that stuff. I've got stories in my life of doing something because it was profitable and inexpensive, and when a demand builds, then all of a sudden it got to be luxury and nobody could afford it anymore. Happened to me in the seafood business. Grouper used to be garbage fish that nobody wanted. When my partner first started that grouper and chips restaurant in Naples, he picked grouper because it was delicious, but it was cheap, just like chicken thighs today. The tastiest part of the chicken, they give away. Well, if we start buying chicken thighs and it becomes popular, it'll become the most expensive part of the chicken. And nobody will be able to afford it anymore. That's free enterprise, I guess. So if we find something that people don't want, like Rick would, some of the stuff that they throw in the dumpster, which is a real find, don't talk about it. Next thing you know, you'll have 10,000 people diving in your dumpster. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about eating meat so often and creating more of a demand for meat with the limited supply that I think is manipulated. Yeah, become a vegan, everybody. Eat vegetables. That meat will kill you. Stay away from the meat counter. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Well, I've come to the end of the chat, my friends. It's been a roller coaster of a ride, but it ended on a good note. I am looking forward to putting together my new cart for the grill, and hopefully before the end of today, I will be frying or searing the steak of my dreams and filming it for you guys. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'll come back with this adventure, and I will roll the camera during me trying to assemble the cart, which after the stroke and with my right arm still not 100% back, might be entertaining. But I'll tell you what. My right arm is coming back. See that? Look at that. It's coming back. I mean, it's not like it used to be, but I don't know. To me, that doesn't look too bad. And that's my bad arm. So I am getting strength back, and I am getting movement of it back, and I'm starting to play the piano, and I can type better. So keep rooting for me, guys. You're the reason that it's working so well. Your thoughts and good wishes certainly influenced the cosmic karma, I believe, and are helping me tremendously. If I was a religious man, I would say your prayers. It's all the same thing. All the same thing. Just a different name. So thank you for that. Thank you for the support. Thank you for coming to see me today. A little happy music for you. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. Do me a favor. Just ignore the trolls. I try very hard to do it. Just ignore them. Don't play into, just like a bully. Don't play into them. Just go the other way. Try to keep it out of the chats, and we won't have to deal with it. And then I won't get upset. And I'm sorry if I get upset, but If I don't do something about it, that's what this whole morning show will become about. Defending against morons, imbeciles, and idiots. That pretty well includes all of them, because I want to be inclusive after all. Don't want to exclude anybody. We just don't want to engage with them. So thanks for coming. Chrissy, have a great day, everybody. And Ellen says, have a great day, everyone. Danny in Boston, happy day, all yellow rose. Lady June, hi. Mitch Fest and Barry Simon says, and condominiums, have a great day. Oh, yes, a condominium. I think that's the way to save the world. Barry, great idea. Great idea. Now we got to do is get an architect to draw up the structural plans for how we're going to keep so many heavy cows and so much dirt and grass so high off the ground without, well, disaster and killing a lot of cows. So it's a good idea. Good idea. Anyway, we're done. We're done. The music has ended. Thank you very much for coming. You know what to do. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.